Hey guys, what's up? It's Alexander here, back again. So the one thing I actually wanted to talk about today was the difference between casual gameplay, or what was casual gameplay, and now like ranked competitive, and how now everything is just basically it. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's almost as if casual gameplay no longer exists. You have social gameplay where you have like your group and your friends and you play together, but you can't have casual gameplay anymore where you can just literally do like a solo, and for it to be easy, because it's most time it's not, because a lot of the games like Siege, for an example, have ranked, and obviously everyone wants to get the best ranked matches, and it's not as easy as it maybe used to be with some other games. Like, for example, if we said FIFA 12, right, or like Modern Warfare 2, it was just you go through the levels, or like you had certain criteria to meet, blah blah blah, and then that was it. And it was like it wasn't hard, it wasn't easy, but it was just casual. You just had casual gaming experience. But now I feel like, even though you're doing it social, you're doing it with friends, it's still highly competitive. And the one thing I wanted to actually talk about today was just like competitive gaming has actually gone through the roof, and I think it's absolutely incredible. Like, I absolutely love the fact that competitive gaming, sorry, has taken off more than it ever has before. I mean, if we said like something about competitive gaming like 10 years ago, it probably didn't exist. Most people didn't even know about it 10 years ago, and now it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, we've got stuff like Fortnite, we've got Rainbow Siege, we've got Halo, Call of Duty, FIFA, we've got loads of stuff. I mean, there's lots of things where you can literally talk about and just do. It's just my mind's actually blown by how much gaming has actually taken off, and I think it's absolutely incredible. And I think what I've realised it now is the fact that Lewin One, who's a very, very good friend of mine, been playing Xbox with him for years now, since Modern Warfare 2 times. And he's now playing esports pro clubs, and he says he's like something like 18th out of 130th people to be able to actually, be able to play or something. It's just ridiculous. And it's the amount of hours people are now putting in just to gaming, and it's like the dedication, it's people putting more commitment into gaming, and I think it's absolutely incredible of how the gaming industry is just blown up. And so when I sent out this tweet of casual gaming's dead, you only have social gaming with like a community or a group of friends, that you don't really go on Xbox now to play on your own. You go on Xbox to play with friends, or you or a group that you play with. And it can be competitively, it may not be competitively, or like, for example, like I'm doing in this gameplay, I'm literally just playing just to get my ranks up, and that's still competitive gaming. I mean, although I wasn't really talking in this, and you can tell by the gameplay, it's probably not my best one, because as it was my first game on today, it's just literally going through the ranks, and that's what gaming is almost completely turned out to be. And I think it's absolutely incredible. I don't know about you guys, but I think it's great, the fact that we can now be in a generation of gaming where you can find a YouTuber. They'll have either a Discord, they'll either have a group. They're more than likely live streaming. Live streaming's now bigger than ever as well. You've got Twitch, you've got Mixer, YouTube, Facebook, all these different things. And I think it's absolutely incredible, the fact that there are now multiple different platforms for people to go on, for whatever their preference is, whether or not they get partnered, whether or not they get they've just got whatever reason it is. And I think it's just absolutely amazing, the fact that we can do all this stuff now. And in my point of view, I think gaming in itself has gotten better. The standards are better, and other than that moment just there, um, yeah, you know what? It's true. You know what? People always say to me like, "Oh, there's no such thing as casual gameplay. Oh, you can never come on and just have fun anymore. And you know what? For a lot of games, that's true. You can't just have fun anymore. Like, you know, it's gonna be competitive, but it's all different. It's no longer I'm just gonna play a couple of games and we'll just see how it goes. It's like everyone now wants to be number one. Everyone now wants to be at the top, and I think that's just incredible, especially with certain games maybe in mind for me are coming out that I'm really looking forward to. For example, like the new Halo, I have mentioned it before. Really looking forward to it. I really want to start doing competitive on that. I've been playing MCC quite a bit, and I've been doing a lot of ranked matches, and I've been doing a couple of ranked matches on Halo 5 as well. So, yeah, you know what? It's great. I've really, especially recently, I've really got into my competitive gaming, like my ranked matches especially. I rarely play casual games anymore. But, I mean, for a lot of people, they love that sort of stuff. For other people as well, they may just prefer to play a game, for example, let's take like Destiny for an example. It's not an overly competitive game, in my opinion. I mean, I don't think they do anything that's ranked like this, where you have certain ranked matches or you have casual matches. It's just open, free world sort of game. Or like GTA. GTA was so popular because it wasn't competitive, it was fun, it was different, because esports, probably even back then, was taking off a huge hit, and I think a lot of people love that sort of stuff. They love a game where you can free roam, you have your freedom, and I think that's why everyone's also looking forward to Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption was meant to be so good, and then it flopped because there wasn't that freedom. I didn't feel like I had to do this mission, I had to do the next mission, I had to almost follow another story, and it's like no one wants that for when they play online. When people play online, they want to have the ability to be able to do anything they want and almost everything they possibly can. You know what I mean? But that's what GTA did for us, and I think that's why so many of us are going to have great memories on that game. And I can't lie, I probably had some of my best experiences streaming on GTA. Just meeting people, it was social, it was fun, and that's where I probably grew most of my audience. And you know what? It was great. I loved it. And that was probably one of the last casual, decent games that I remember, to be quite honest. I mean, unless you guys can, I mean, there probably are games out there, but to be quite honest, I don't know if that sort of style will be around forever. I mean, they'll obviously, I think GTA will be around for a long time because they're one of the only games that'll offer it. But when it comes to competitiveness, consistency, to meet so many different criteria that people now have, because everyone now has different expectations of what they want. Everyone wants something competitive. Everyone wants to be able to play a game that's easy, but it's also difficult to master. And I think that's why Halo 3 actually has come back, because it's an easy game to play, but it's difficult to master. Or even something like Siege, for example. It's an easy game to play, but it's hard to master. And I think a lot of people do need to realise this, that when it comes down to wanting to master a game, it doesn't just happen overnight. It takes hours and hours of gaming and like even studying, to be quite honest. Like you have to study, you have to understand each character, each weapon, the maps, and like even the equipment. Maybe what's like the best sight to have, what's the best, I don't know, grenade or pistol, submachine gun, assault, all those different things. And I think that's why Call of Duty for this year, personally for me, I always use Call of Duty as more of a social side of things. Never really saw it competitive. I thought it was just fun, you know, you get to your level, you prestige, get to your level, prestige, get to your level. And now it's almost getting too hard. Like I can barely play like a full game properly without raging or being angry. And it's upsetting. Because I remember Call of Duty just being more fun, but now with all these esports, for me, it's taking the fun out of it. But I love it at the same time because it's upping the standards. It's all quite contradicting when we all think about it. But you know what? We can't lie. It's more fun. It's harder, but maybe not for the everyday average Joe, for example. Whether or not you consider yourself an average Joe, you know what? It's up to you because you can only know your real standards. Whereas for maybe someone who loves a good game of FIFA and understands how FIFA's meant to be played, you know what? Yeah, you'll be great at FIFA if you've played it since FIFA like 9. You've constantly played it religiously, for example, like Lewis. And yeah, you know what? I'm sure you guys are having the best time of your life. Like, for example, like Castro, he's great. Nick 2018, Bateson, I think he is. Ali, no, AA9 Skills, sorry. All those people, they've been playing FIFA for years, and that's why they're number one, and then they've grown an audience from how good they are at the game. And it's just, you know what? The reason why they can do all these competitiveness and they're up to 20th in the world, it's because of the hours that they have put in. You guys forget, especially probably younger people, they forget that people generally have been playing games for years. And when someone says something along the lines of, oh no, yeah, I've actually been around for 4 years, and you just go, wait, what? I think I got my first game, my first Xbox was the original Xbox, and I think I must have been no more than 5 years old. So I've been gaming for, let's just try and put this into perspective, 16 years almost. And I'll probably say 4 years of that I've been streaming or been on YouTube, very, very on and off. And now, at 21 years old, I'm here just like, you know what? I would love to do more stuff competitively, and if it's one thing I regret, it's not actually being involved in stuff that's competitive. So I think, you know what? I'm happy to say that I am so down and I'm so up for being competitive and, you know, upping my skill. Last year alone, there was 7 months without me gaming because I was working too much. And at the moment, I'm putting more effort into my streams, into my gaming, and my skill. That's the main thing. It's my skill, because I now know that the standards are so high at the moment. It's ridiculous. If we took this game and put it 10 years ago, the standards would be lower. Everything would just be atrocious, and this game probably wouldn't even be remembered. I think this game's probably come out at the right time. Honestly, when I'm talking 10 years ago, I'm 11. I would have been 11 years old, going on 12, and I think that was a time of Modern Warfare 2, where everyone was just running around and just having fun. Yeah, you had your MLGs and all that sort of stuff, but it was just fun. It was fun 10 years ago, and now the fun's still there. And I can tell you now, the fun for someone like me, someone who's creating content, it only comes from you guys. You guys are what makes it fun. And I can't stress that enough, that it is true. We would happily put in 40, 50 hours of gaming, and then 10, 15 hours of editing and sourcing stuff out for the streams. And if we see that reward, that, you know what, you're happy with what we're doing, then I can tell you this now. We as a community, we as in YouTubers, streamers, content creators, we are more than happy to put in the work. Although it's stressful, it's hard, we love it. You know what? We absolutely love it. Because when we see that what we've done for whatever that creator is trying to create. Whereas, for example, it's like me, I want to create a community. That's why I've got my Discord, my Twitter, my Snapchat, and I stream probably about 4 or 5 times a week. I would like to say at a push, but it's that's what I'm trying to do. I want to create this community. Some people want to show off their pro skills, like whatever the content creator is trying to create on whatever level, it still has to be entertaining and have to have that purpose. And I feel like a lot of streamers or new streamers and content creators, they don't actually know what they want or what they are offering, if you understand what I mean by that. Because a lot of people focus too much on just winning or trying to be overly funny or whatever, but they don't have like a sole purpose to what they're actually trying to achieve. And that's one completely different thing. But I think that's because the gaming community in a whole, I know I've already said this, but the standards has risen so much, and to put it in, to try and almost put it into words of how much everything's changed is uncanny. It's more than what anyone from maybe my generation of gaming, where people like Syndicate weren't really heard of. You would have people who you will remember for a long time, but they don't do it now because they don't need to. I'm talking about when YouTube wasn't paying you. You had Machinima was one of the only ways of actually paying for that content or whatever. And this is just me now throwing it back in time of how you would go from funny content clips was the main thing, and now it's quite a lot of it now is all about winning and being competitive. I mean, don't get me wrong, you still got stuff like BCC trolling. I'm sure there's FIFA funny still going around somewhere. You've still got a lot of things, but that's not what everyone wants now. I feel like as a gaming community, whenever you're coming on Xbox, you're not there to just always troll. 9 times out of 10, you're there to win. Unless you're just having a really bad day. 9 times out of 10, trust me, we all know we are there for the win. And I felt like I had to make this video so I could just address the fact that if you don't believe that you're good enough at a game, you've got to remember, you speak to anyone about the standard of gaming and how much it's gone up, they will tell you it's unreal. No one would be expecting to do half the stuff they were doing. And I for one, I would say I absolutely love it. I love how competitive everything is, and I am happy. You know what? I'm more than happy to be able to say the gaming community is stronger and bigger than ever. And I would just want to say, if you guys want to be a part of something, be a part of it. Don't be afraid, because there are thousands of people who are there in the exact same boat as you, whether if they're struggling or they want to go pro. Trust me, you just got to find that right opportunity and take it. But anyway, guys, I've been waffling on for long enough. I've enjoyed making this video. I really need to get this off my chest. You guys have been absolutely amazing, and I'll see you guys very soon. I'll leave a link to my Twitch channel and my Discord. You guys have been absolutely amazing, and I'll see you guys next time.